Alright folks, what you see before you going up on eBay's classic website for no reserve, starting off at one single penny and selling to the highest bidder for no reserve, is the ultimate must-have Volkswagen Dune Buggy sand rail. This is what started it all, folks. This is a street legal Volkswagen turbo sand rail sand car. This is perfect for any Volkswagen enthusiast, any Volkswagen bug collector, any Volkswagen Carmen Ghia, any Volkswagen bus, any Myers Manx Volkswagen Dune Buggy collector. This right here, folks, is 100% street legal. It is equipped with a 2180 monstrous Volkswagen stroker motor with a turbo. It has a ton of rare parts that are very, very hard to come by right now. It has very low usage. The car is almost pristine. A couple little minor blemishes here and there. But like I said, it is 100% street legal, equipped with a clean, clear Arizona title in my name, registered to me. It is equipped with headlights, dash lights, tail lights, brake lights, horn, passenger mirror, driver's mirror, rear view mirror. Down here, like I said, you have your headlights, you have your off-road lights. It has 4-point seat belts to keep you securely locked in. And this car is a must-have for any Volkswagen enthusiast or collector. This, like I said, folks, started the whole thing of the sand rail off-road dune buggy craze way before the Yamaha Rhinos, the Polaris Razors, the Can-Am X3s, the new Honda Italian that's out there. This right here, folks, is what started the whole thing when people were going to Rocky Point, the beach buggies with the Myers Manx, you know, in the 70s and early 80s. This was just like the first upgrade. And these cars are still in use today, folks. I think there's a Possum Run or a Possum Trail in Tennessee where those guys use nothing but Volkswagen turbos, rear-wheel drive, only two-wheel drive dune buggies, hill climbers, and they're going places that Razors can't. So these things withstand the test of time, and they're still on the road today, folks. When was the last time you saw a Polaris Razor or a Can-Am X3 or a UTV with 200,000 miles, 100,000 miles, 50,000 miles, 10,000 miles? I have never found a Razor with more than about 6,100 miles. And then it's time for a rebuild, folks. You're looking about $5 grand. These motors are bulletproof. All you have to do is change the oil, adjust the valves, and you're off to the races. The great thing, folks, is if you don't like Volkswagens, this thing is set up to put in whatever you want. It'll run you about 450 bucks for a Kennedy clutch adapter, which goes on the transaxle here if you wanted to change the motor. And you can put anything from a Ford Pinto, you can put in a Chevy Ecotec for about 1,500 bucks. Chevy Ecotechs are used in the new Polaris Slingshot, the Autocycle, the 3-wheel Autocycle. They also use them in the Pontiac Solstice, the Saturn Sky, the Chevy Cobalt, the Chevy Cavalier. They have 2.0s, 2.2s, which are supercharged, 2.4s, like I said, in the new Polaris Slingshot. You could put an EJ20 or an EJ25 Subaru, which are 2.0s, 2.5s, for 1,200 bucks. Then all you have to do is put in your Kennedy clutch adapter, which is about 400 bucks, and then your radiator. You can put your radiator right here if you wanted fuel injection. You have 300 horsepower. Right now, as this car sits with all the rare parts, it probably has about 170 horsepower. I've never dynoed it, but the thing is absolutely perfect condition, fires right up, it'll never leave you stranded. I'll go over some key features right here. As you can see, this is not your little wimpy, you know, 1,500cc single port or 1,600cc dual port. This is a monstrous 2180 stroker motor. It has the upgraded heads, the upgraded valve covers, which are the nice machined aluminum right there. It actually has right there with the stainless steel braided lines, that is the oil filtration system with the breather element from K&N right here. So they don't even make these anymore, folks. They make like a little cheap MP version, I think out of Mexico or Brazil. You also have the upgraded Ram Air fan shroud. Very, very nice. Keeps it a lot cooler. You have your fuel filter in there, which is inline, and then you have your air cleaner And then you have your oil cooler, which is a secondary bypass oil cooler right there. Keeps the car extremely cool, never overheats. You have your Rotomaster turbo. Folks, you could take this motor and put it on any Volkswagen website and literally pull it and make money. You can put it on the Samba, and if you wanted to put in a fuel injected motor, you can pull in a fuel injected motor. Very, very easy to remove. You have your 2 bolts here to pull the bar out, and this utilizes basically what is 4 17mm bolts. There is a 17mm bolt right here, which is your starter bolt, 1 down here, and then 2 on the other side. If you can see those right here, I'll put my finger right there. I'll zoom in right below the fuel filter. So very, very easy to remove. Take you about 20 minutes to remove it by yourself. Probably about 10 minutes to remove it with somebody else. But the thing is, like I said, literally bulletproof. This car is a blast to drive. Turns heads everywhere you go. Car shows, it's a crowd pleaser, crowd favorite. Also has the twin polished aluminum fuel tanks. So right here, this one is connected, and then this is just a secondary reserve, and you just take your fuel line right here. It has the fuel filter, which is basically in line right here. So you have the fuel filter right there, and that's just a reserve, so you have plenty of fuel to go wherever you want to go. You're never going to run out. Has all the upgraded transaxle, if I can get down right there, your Freeway Flyer transaxle, your KYB adjustable shocks that are gas charged, and then in the back you have the 2-tone bucket seats right here, which is really, really nice. So this is the 2-tone interior vinyl, very, very easy to clean. It has the yellow piping to match the paint job, which is literally almost flawless on this car. And the great thing about this, folks, you can put 4 full-size adults. Let me just show you how easy it is to get in this car. So you just hop right in. You know, I'm 6'2", 210 pounds. I fit in the car extremely well here in the back seats as well as the driver's seat. I probably have literally about another 3 to 4 inches of headroom in the back before I hit the roll bar. You have twin billet, aluminum billet passenger grab bars right here, and then a passenger grab bar up front. Excuse my language, some people call me oh shit bars. You have your T-handle shifter with the reverse lockout, and those 2 levers are your turning brakes or cutting brakes, which I will go over. Your full instrument panel, and then right there you have your rear view mirror and your upgraded CB old school PA system. So let me go ahead and hop out of the car here real quick. We'll go over some nice other key features here. So going back to the front of the car, you have the 4-point harnesses to keep you securely locked in, fully adjustable. You have your keyed ignition right there to prevent theft with electronic fuel pump, which I will go ahead and turn on so you can hear. There is your fuel pump light, and then all your gauges, you can hear your electronic fuel pump. So go ahead and turn this bad boy on here. Let me go ahead and hop in the car here just to show you, and then we'll fire this bad boy up. So it shows you everything's all working right here. Your RPM, miles per hour, volts. Let me see if I can zoom out there. Your cylinder head pressure, temperature is a little cold. Your oil pressure, Volkswagen turbo boost. I'll go ahead and turn on the lights here so you can see the lights. Go ahead and turn off the car here for you. A little cold, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. So you got your gauges, your volts, your cylinder head temperature, your oil pressure, your turbo boost gauge right there, your RPM, and then you can see the mileage right there. So go ahead and turn those off. This right here is, I believe, the off-road lights, which you can see right there, the KC lights. So I'll take that one off. I'll take that one off so you can see. And then down below here, On this one is your driving lights. So you have your driving lights for the street as well as your tail lights. So go back here, you have your tail lights, as you can see. And then right here is your CB antenna. And then right over here is the last switch, which is going to be for your lighted whip. And that would be this one right there. That is your lighted whip for your flag in the dunes. And then here is your CB antenna, like the old school. You know, you could do like the Dukes of Hazzard, excuse me, Smokey and the Bandit, you know, with their call signs. So it's just an old way of communicating, but it brings back, you know, people's memories of the late 70s, early 80s. This is, like I said, the big craze that started it all, folks, with the Volkswagen dune buggies. Then they started going to the mid travels, then the full travel, long travel kits with the suspension. You have your driver's mirror, your passenger's mirror for street legal, your rear view mirror. You know, back in the day, I think people would you know, smoke, so you got your cigarette lighter right there, your individual turning brakes to lock the left and the right wheel to do power slides, you know, 180-degree turns. Full Neil pedal assembly with the twin master cylinders. If you're not familiar with Neil is actually what started the whole pedal craze, and then it went to CNC. CNC is his brother, Chuck Neil Corporation. It's a little trivia there, folks. I actually work with one of the sons from Neil Corporation, but yeah, that's how CNC pedal started. Plenty of foot room and interior room for someone up to about 6'6". It's a blast to drive, folks. The paint is very, very nice, very, very tastefully done. You know, very few minuscule blemishes, which is expected. But this is kind of like a combination, folks, between like Ed Big Daddy Roth, like from the Rat Rods, to Dick Dean Volkswagens, to George Barris from, I guess, like the Munsters and the Monkeys, and I think the Batmobile and all those kind of movie cars that he did. It's just a very, very nice, high quality paint job. It's got a full removable body. All the roll bar padding right here comes off. It's very, very easy to clean with this vinyl, you know, cleaner, any type of like boat cleaner, kind of like almost like boat upholstery. Over here you have your storage rack. You can put right back here any type of tools. You know, you can put your cooler if you have any type of cooler, or groceries if you want to go to the grocery store. You know, if you want to do something right now a little bit crazy, folks, you could probably get away with putting 2 speakers in there, an amplifier, and then maybe back there you can remove the CD radio and put your CD head unit or your MP3 player. You know, get away with putting a couple speakers down there and down there. It's very, very quiet in the car. Very easy to drive. And the great thing about this, folks, with it being street legal, is you can drive this anywhere you need to go. So if you need to go to the grocery store, you need to teach your son or daughter how to drive. You know, I drive it back and forth to work. It has 4-wheel brakes. And then the plus is you don't need a trailer, folks. You can actually use a Volkswagen tow bar off of Craigslist for about 60 bucks. Most expensive, probably about 80s more than I'd really like to spend, but a tow bar is basically, it clips on right here with 2 cotter pins, and it's a universal Volkswagen Bug tow bar. It pulls all Volkswagens and Karmann Ghias. There's no drive line to disconnect. You put the car in neutral, the buggy in neutral, and you can tow this for 100,000 miles, folks, with no problem. All it is, like I said, is a 1 7/8" ball to a 2-inch ball, depending on which tow bar you get. It bolts right on with 2 cotter pins. It's extremely light. You can actually pull this car with any passenger car, any Volkswagen Jetta, any Volkswagen Golf or GTI. You can actually pull it with a Toyota Prius. Any car with basically a receiver hitch, even a little bike receiver hitch for like a cooler rack or a storage rack on the back there, it'll pull. I mean, I wouldn't do long distance, you know, with a bike rack receiver, but you know, a pickup truck, your RV, you don't need a trailer, folks. Going back here, you have full auto glass, so it's going up for no reserve. I have a tonneau cover, which I will give to the owner, that will go ahead and clip on right here with the snaps. It's about $1,000 to keep it so the rain doesn't get in the car. But it's a no reserve auction, folks. You will never find a car anywhere in the United States this pristine, folks. It is a masterpiece, perfect for any car collector. Please look at all the pictures. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. and don't wait till the last minute to bid because you're going to miss out. Thank you and good luck, folks.